wander around the stage.
And you're live. Okay. We're on.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pat Davis, and let me tell you what God has done for me. I was an EMT for Meade County Emergency Medical Service, and God kept me safe for 27 years, while aiding hundreds of people involved in traumatic accidents and sickness. And it made no difference whether it was during the light of day or in the dark of night, heat of the summer or cold of the winter. I loved my job and loved helping people when they were unable to help themselves. I finally retired after 27 years of service. Also, I was a jailer for the Meade County Law Enforcement Center Jail. God kept me safe while booking in, and I also looked into, and talking and taking care of those who committed anything from misdemeanors or small little offenses to vicious felony crimes. I was around them for at least 12 hours a day. I could see and hear how angry, hateful, hurtful, and revengeful they were, while others were scared, confused, and remorseful. Often, I was a target for their anger, and they would shout, "I hate you." And my response back to those was, "You may hate me, but God still loves you." Also, I would not respond to them with cuss words, even when they seemed to know no other language. There were some inmates that asked if I would pray for them or for them, and this I would take the time to do in my down home country way. I retired with the position as head jailer after 17 years of service in 2021. But as we all know, God had different plans for me, and I went back to the jail once a week, starting in 2022, to counsel and answer questions that any of the female inmates would have concerning such things as jail rules, what they may expect while in jail, going to court, getting lawyers, understanding the ways of the court, getting lawyers, understanding their charges, and sometimes their court papers when they went back to jail. During this time, God was constantly urging me to bring His word to the female inmates through a jail ministry. There had not been a long-term or consistent jail ministry for the females for many years. If I was going to attempt a ministry, I knew that I would need all the help I could get. That's when Pastor James stepped in. He gave me a lot of insight, encouragement, support, and knowledge through weekly lessons on the book of the New Testament and how to bring the good news of Jesus Christ to these women. It was during this time that Pastor James asked and encouraged me to get a local pastor's license. In the fall of 2023, I received that license. I was added to the Ministerial Alliance call list, not only to help any released homeless female, but also to aid any homeless female in or passing through our county. To this date, I have ministered to 27 different female inmates, one dispatcher, and talked to a couple of the jailers who were having some personal problems, giving out 18 Bibles, and was given permission to show the Chosen series to the women. God has blessed me currently with the aid of two fellow women from our church family, Deb Waters and Susan Catton. They have helped me by bringing their valuable experiences they have had before and after they turned their own lives over to God. I have three former inmates that I have stayed in contact with, and they with me. Every time I talk, text, or see them, they are bubbling with joy and tell me what God has done for them and their life with his help. Our own Tracy Scott has given her life over to God and was baptized here in church not long ago. Last year, I helped along with the Ministerial Alliance and the food bank for a homeless female who had just been released from jail with nothing but the clothes on her back. She was having to wait a couple of days until her family could come from New Mexico to pick her up. And we helped her out with a motel room, some personal hygiene items, and food. We also, also last week, there was a couple left abandoned on the side of the Highway 54 who walked back to Meade. We provided them also with a motel for the night until their family could come from Missouri. I want to show you some of the gift group bags for the homeless. Start out just for the inmates, but we've given out some of these for other people who have just been really down and out. They've got in here, we've got shampoo and toothbrush and toothpaste, deodorant, body wash, a washcloth, socks, and some information about what they could find in this community that might help them out, such as laundry day and so on. But most importantly, we have these little condensed versions of the 4 Gospels, and I hand these out so that if they do go on to like a prison or something for these people who are homeless, they've got something that they can take with them and read, and hopefully they'll learn about the Lord and what the Lord can do for them and help them out in times such as, if they go through depression or they feel like they're unforgiven or can't be forgiven at all. And just want to use that as a reminder that, people do care and God does care. Also recently, I've been giving out these little crosses. They're like like what a worry stone used to be. They're curved and they can run their thumb along that, and they're called pocket crosses. And just put them in your pocket and rub them, and a constant reminder that Jesus is going to be by their side at all times. So we've been able to get that done. And I want to thank the gift groups that made up these blessing bags, as we call them, and really have helped me out with furthering the ministry that I try to take to them. Also, I was able to secure an apartment at Wheatland for Donna, along with her emotional service dog, Nikki. Our women of our church helped clean the apartment, and then a couple of the men helped with moving of her furniture. Last years, I have volunteered my time to help serve food at the Thanksgiving community supper, and also taken meals to the shut-ins and workplaces where employees had to work that night. Like Moses, I did not feel that I was equipped to speak to others. I get nervous, as I am right now, and often can't think of the right words to say. But God knew better and given me a gift and purpose in life before I was even born, a compassion to help others in time of their needs. I pray to God to give me the right words and to use me to plant that seed to the people that I have met, but it's still God that makes those seeds grow. I'm so thankful I answered his call, and thankful for my church family here at Meade Church of the Nazarene. Thank you.